Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go the question. On simplification, the expression over here is equal to. Okay, so we have to simplify the given expression and find the stuff that is equal to this one. And we have answer choices over here. In each answer choice, we have the stuff that is equal to this expression. Okay, now let me take this expression as it is and do all possible simplifications. Let me write the given expression as it is. 1 negative, 1 negative. 1 negative x square raised to the power of negative 1. So here to the power of negative 1, whole to the power of negative 1 over 2. Okay, here we have 1 negative, 1 negative. Okay, for this stuff 1 negative x square, we have one negative exponent that is negative 1. Okay, so now what I can do is I can write this one as a 1 over 1 negative x square to the power of negative 1 whole to the power of negative 1 over 2, because we know that for example if I have a to the negative first power, it can be written as 1 over a. So the same thing I have done for this particular term, because for this particular stuff we have negative 1 as exponent. So now what we can do is we can write 1 in numerator and we have to write this stuff in denominator. Okay, now what we can do is we can simplify the stuff we have inside the braces over here. So here we have an integer and here we have a fraction. We do subtraction. Whenever I add or subtract an integer and a fraction, what I have to do is I have to multiply the integer part by the denominator of the fraction. Once I'm done with the multiplication, I can take this 1 negative x square as a common denominator. Okay, now let me do it in the next step. There is 1 negative. Now I'm going to multiply this integer 1 by this denominator 1 negative x square. 1 times 1 negative x square is still it's a 1 negative x square. Now we can take this negative sign and we can take this 1. And since we have multiplied this integer by this denominator, now we can take this denominator 1 negative x square as a common denominator. Let me write it over here. And for this braces, we have the exponent negative 1. And for the complete stuff, we have the exponent negative 1 half. Okay, let me continue over here. 1 negative. And here this positive 1, negative 1 will cancel out. Then I'm getting negative x square over 1 negative x square raised to the power of negative 1. And for the complete stuff, we have the exponent negative 1 over 2. Then we have 1 negative. Here we have a negative 1 as exponent. Since we have negative 1 as exponent, and if the exponent, whenever I change the sign, what I have to do is I have to get reciprocal of the base. Actually, we have to consider this whole stuff as base, and for this base we have the exponent negative 1. When I change the sign of this exponent, that is I change this negative 1 to positive 1, I have to get reciprocal for this one. That is I have to flip this one. That is I have to write this one as denominator and this one as numerator. Then I am getting 1 negative x square over a negative x square. So now I have to change the sign of the exponent, that is it will become positive 1. Whenever the exponent is positive 1, we don't have to mention, we can ignore it. Now the whole for the whole stuff I have the exponent negative 1 over 2. Okay, now so we can multiply this negative and negative. Negative times negative will become positive. Then we get 1 positive 1 negative x square over x square whole to the power of negative 1 over 2. Okay, now here we are adding an integer and a fraction. As I said already, whenever I do addition or subtraction between an integer and a fraction, I have to multiply the integer by the denominator of the fraction. Once I'm done with the multiplication, I can take this one as a common denominator. Okay, 1 times x square is just x square positive. I'm just taking this positive sign over here. Now I have to take this stuff as it is, that is 1 negative x square. Now I can take this x square as a common denominator. Let me write over here and whole to the power of 1 negative 1 over 2. Okay, let me continue over here. Okay, here this positive x square, negative x square will cancel out. Then I'm getting 1 over x square whole to the power of negative 1 over 2. Here the exponent is negative. If I change the sign of this exponent negative to positive, I have to flip the stuff over here. That is, I have to take reciprocal of this 1 over x square. So the reciprocal of 1 over x square is x square over 1, or simply it's x square. And here the exponent will become positive. Okay, now here the base is x and we have exponent 2, and for this complete stuff we have exponent 1 half. Whenever we have two exponents like this, we can multiply the two exponents using the power of a power rule in exponent. Then I'm getting x to the power of 2 times 1 over 2. This 2 will cancel out. I'm getting x to the first power. X to the first power is just x. On simplification, the given expression is equal to x. We find x in answer choice A. The correct answer choice for this question is A.